Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is Saturday, July 31st, 9:28 a.m. here in the Arizona desert. Welcome to the peaceful revolution. You are the peaceful revolution, Bitcoin truth seekers. All right, BitcoinDailyView.com got more for you there. If you want to have some eclectic thoughts this weekend, check out The Antichrist Path, Gray Aliens, and Transhumanism by G.G. Young. An amazing talk about things that are absolutely relevant to this very moment. All right, Bitcoin held by strong hands, a liquid supply ratio. So the illiquid supply ratio right now has, as in the blue line here signifies, we are cranked back up to where we were when we entered and exited that 53K high. So interesting. It's no great surprise for over 2 months, Bitcoin was held between 30 and 40K by the whales while the whales were buying it up. And now that a liquid supply ratio is, boom, of course, increasing. So something to think about. Like I say, we're getting close to that 42K breakthrough. Make sure you've got a plan at this time, because it's not going to surprise us whatsoever as we start cranking after the whales let it go. The retail buyer will probably be fine buying, Bitcoin. But right now, over the counter, from what I hear, the whales just cannot buy the big chunks that they used to be able to buy. So maybe that's why they're beginning to let it go. Anyway, a liquid supply ratio getting back to where it was when we were pumping earlier to 53K. So something to watch. Once again, another article about that. Bitcoin supercycle sets up a Q4 BTC price top as the liquid supply hits all-time high. I linked this over at BitcoinDailyView.com. You can check it out. This guy makes a couple different cases for it and why. It's a short article, but basically, the whales have been buying the crap out of Bitcoin while they've been keeping it sideways. Now there's less liquidity, and just be careful, because if you want to hedge back into Bitcoin as it starts moving up, just be sure you have a plan. Act on it when you want to. Like myself, not financial advice, entertainment purposes only. But as we get confirmed support above 42K, I imagine we'll start moving up quickly, and I'll basically be dollar cost averaging my hedge that I hedged out back into Bitcoin. And I'm also going to go into Ethereum, not just Bitcoin. Anyway, with that said, that's just my plan. Entertainment purposes only. Just saying that's what I'll be doing. But I'm waiting for a confirmed support and upwards movement above 42K. That's just me, and I would say that watch out, because with this illiquid, or lack of liquidity, say when we break the top of that glass ceiling, basically, who knows? We could be having 5K, 10K days. That's just my feeling, prediction, kinda. So be ready. Have a plan. I think it's important this moment to truly have a plan, because I think we're at that moment in moments when the moment is now. So anyway, that you better have a plan, man. All right, Neo is rocking in the crypto bubble universe, up 28% last 24 hours. Rune up 19%. Qtum up 19%. Got a lot of players here. The market is in general green today. Sol up 10%. Anyway, doing well right now. Let's look at the crypto square universe. Green and beautiful. Theta up 8.5%. BNB up 5%. Doge, finally, time to get off that dog. Finally got off its ass, up 5.7%. ADA up 2.5%. XRP up 3.75%, coming in at 74 cents. This is a glorious, glorious day. Ethereum, it's going to break 2,500. I mean, 22,500 probably. Wouldn't even surprise me if that happened today, this weekend. Bitcoin up 6.19% last 24 hours, coming in at 41,300. This is glorious. Dominance is 49%. This is quite a beginning to a weekend. Let's check out volume. So spot trading volume is 17 billion on Binance, up 16%. That's still, honestly, let me refresh that. That is pretty darn low volume. I mean, with the prices that we're seeing, I'd expect to see more like at least 30 billion in volume. Anyway, 30 billion in volume is kind of a slow day, and really, 50 is doing pretty good. 17 billion last 24 hours and 15% up. That's true. Anyway, really low spot trading volume in my opinion. Let's refresh this futures volume. Well, it's over 50K, 57K. I'm going to take that. 15% rise last 24 hours in that futures volume. Basically, this is futures volume. So that's good. That's good. That's not bad at all. It's interesting, the extreme disparity between the sorry about that, between the spot and the futures volume. I mean, there's always more futures than spot, but wow, that's really a disparity. Interesting thing to chart, you know. Anyway, let's refresh this one more time to make sure we have the latest information. All right, now, Bitcoin trading volume last 24 hours, 4.9 billion. Really, 3 billion pretty much means the network is running, in my opinion. 3 billion or under, between 2 and 3 billion. Okay, the nodes are turned on, transactions are happening, right? That just means Bitcoin exists to me right now. 4.9 billion, just under 5 billion. Really, that's not a lot of retail volume at all. And Binance has got 2.9 billion of that if I round it up. Coinbase, not even a billion, 727 million. Bitfinex, almost half a billion. I'm sorry, yeah, 500, almost 500 million. Well, definitely some leverage going on with those trades. Kraken, nice to see it at 337 million. I like that. And did my little Bittrex showed up again, 25 billion. Not bad. It's a player. If you are in America, Bittrex is a nice exchange to be a member of. Affiliate link over at bitcoindailyview.com. I only mention it because as Binance is going through all kinds of legislative nonsense, you know, it's going to win, it's going to be fine, but it's nice to have an exchange you can use just in case you have issues with Binance if you're in America. Not that you'd be using Binance because you'd have to use a VPN, we all know that, but anyway, with that said, longs versus shorts sentiment on Binance for Bitcoin. Longs 48%, shorts 51%. Let's refresh this one more time. Yeah, longs 48%, shorts 51%. So the sentiment is definitely short for Bitcoin on Binance. For Ethereum, well, 58% long, 41% shorts. Wow, that's kind of undecisive, but I'm going to call that a slightly long sentiment. Let's look at BTC shorts. Okay, on the 4-hour chart, we can see we're in this beautiful sweet buy range here. The shorts are not repressing the price of Bitcoin. Yeah, it's in a beautiful spot. So shorts are in a good spot. They're, like I say, they're not forcing Bitcoin's price down. Looking at the daily chart right here, we broke above the 314 moving average. We're heading towards that 200 moving average, but we're taking a little bit of a break on the way. We're still within our little nice channel. It's a glorious thing. We broke above that downwards RSI. Now, of course, the RSI is turning down, but that's fine. I think we're a little bit overbought, possibly. RSI will probably go back into a better buy range right here. It would really be cool. It would really be interesting if the RSI actually came down and bounced off that trend line. Whoa, it could happen. Anyway, something to watch for. Daily MACD it's been cranking hardcore, beginning to take a little bit of a nap on the way up, but it's still vastly positive. I like seeing that. Here's a huge one that I'm watching today. Okay, got your 50 moving average on the bottom, 100 moving average on the top. So we broke above the 50 moving average here on the daily chart. That's a powerful thing. I like it. We went right through following this channel up, the 100 moving average. That's a wonderful thing. Now we have a red candle, of course. So we'll see. Are we going to find support? Are we going to bounce off that 100 moving average before we continue back up? Or are we going to not be able to hold that? My guess is with the other positive indicators on the daily chart that I see over here, you know, above the 314 moving average, I think we're good to go. And it's funny that the 314 moving average and the 50 moving average are kind of almost in the right spot. So I think we'll probably stay above the 100 moving average. I'm more interested in seeing when and how we challenge the 200 moving average, which I think we'll do maybe even this next week or this weekend. You never know. But with that said, let's see what happens in the immediate time frame here. If we can stay above that 100 moving average, let's see. I think if we can if we can continue up, I think we're good to go. So we'll watch this red candle today on the daily. We'll see how it closes. We'll see how the weekend goes. But if we can find upwards movement and continue above this 100 moving average, kind of consider that 100 moving average to be support, I think we are in a great spot. Next week could be darn interesting. Looking at the 45-minute chart here for Bitcoin, you can see this beautiful uptrend we've been in recently. It is absolutely glorious. If I measure this out, let me find my little measure thing, date range. After we broke above the 200 moving average here, we have been above the 200 moving average for 10 days and 6 hours, and it's just a beautiful uptrend. It's looking just absolutely beautiful, gorgeous. Can't complain about it whatsoever. If I looked at today, our directional index is in the green, but it's definitely cooling off. ADX is dropping. Squeeze indicators in the red. KRI is below the mid-range. The stochastic RSI is down there in the buy zone, though, and the wave trend oscillator by Lazy Bear shows it's a poopy day. So anyway, I think we might be a little bit overbought right now, and we're just going to take a little bit of a break. Wouldn't even surprise me if we went to the bottom of this channel today on the 45-minute chart and then bounced, and then kept going up. And where would that lead, and where would that actually be? The bottom of the channel would be right around, 40,000. I mean, if you look at it right now. So, 39, yeah, about 40,000. So, we could maybe drop 1,000 and then bounce. We'll see. Right now, Bitcoin is looking overall strong, but definitely it's taken a little bit of a breather because it has been pumping pretty hard last couple days. Ultimately, 45-minute chart for Ethereum versus USDT. Honestly, it's doing great. Love it. It's basically a slightly stronger chart than Bitcoin. Wouldn't surprise me if it starts moving up before Bitcoin. It looks like we might start seeing days where there's greater gains in Ethereum than Bitcoin, and who knows who's going to be the bigger player, percent-wise as far as gains this year. That's why I'm going to go, I'm going to hedge back into Bitcoin, but some of that money I had in the Bitcoin that I'm hedging back in will go into Ethereum, because I think definitely, of course, we know it's here to stay. It's one of the big players, but who knows? It may have more gains overall this year than Bitcoin. A trade I'd love to be in would be Ethereum versus Ethereum versus Bitcoin. That would be the most perfect trade ever, but I've had a hard time getting positions in that. It's been tricky, but maybe if we have a strong Ethereum, we could do that beautiful Ethereum BTC trade and just make crap tons of Bitcoin as Ethereum rolls along. TradeGenius.io, linked to over there at bitcoindailywview.com. I like this. I've been kind of playing with this, the indicators that they have. I like buying on the sniper buy, and then I sell on that. So if you look here, I would have, bought on the sniper buy that it fires out. And then if you just sell on the fast ribbon sell, and you can use the auto view in trading view and fire off your buys and sells. I've kind of been playing with this, and so far it's been pretty profitable. Just sitting back, and I have a little position that I keep trading in and out, and it just basically buys on the sniper buy, and it sells on the fast ribbon sell. Anyway, this is TradeGenius.io. Check it out over at BitcoinDailyView.com, or just go to TradeGenius.io. Their indicators are pretty sweet. It's an inexpensive service. If you really want to learn to trade and you want to have a gang that you're hanging out with of absolutely kind of elite, badass traders, well, TradeGenius.io certainly is also, but blockchain education, link to them over at the BitcoinDailyView.com too. Powerful stuff. They do have some hybrid trading that can automate in and outs for you in different ways of the automated trading. Also, there's calls that they're making. It's a lively crew all the time. 24/7 is in the chat, and you got pros there to look at your charts. Others look at your charts. People are always putting in ideas. It's wonderful. There's training coming out weekly. Amazing trading. It's video training. Just sit back, and the guy, one of the founders of the company, Jonathan Regan, known as No Questions in the chat, he's been doing these weekly, newcomer, basically learn to trade all over again. He had an older video series. Now he's making a new one up to date with all the latest groovy stuff that he's doing. You might notice a lot of my charts look kind of funny. These indicators that I use, like the directional index and ADX and the squeeze indicator, the KRI, and some of the odd settings that I use, and I love my little Madrid ribbons and everything, and my 203.14 moving averages. That's all blockchain education stuff. And right now they're refreshing that training, and we're all kind of getting this amazing experience to learn from the ground up again, and fill in holes in our knowledge and know a lot more. And then once again, TradeGenius.io. I love the indicators that you get when you join that site. The lively chat 24/7, and they do make some signals that are very good. They usually will only trade against BTC, which is kind of fun, and they help me make money too. Great gangs, both of them. Really, it comes down to they're both amazing. It's all about your price point. How much you can basically spend. I will say TradeGenius.io is a bit less. And blockchain education, well, they ain't cheap, but I tell you what, if you're a trader and you're already making money, or if you want to, join for a couple of months and seriously learn to trade a skill that will last you for lifetimes. You'll be amazed at what you learn. Blockchain education, check it out. Even if you think you're going to just join for a month and hang out and learn a bit, you'll never leave. I've been there for years. I tell myself that, but I can't give it up, Anyway, it's like that old girlfriend that calls and you go, no, I'm going to be strong this time, and then, nah, you're not. Anyway, so with that said, Make Teslas Not Tweets, a badass shirt over at BitcoinDailyView.com. If you go over there and you get one, well, you know what? You help the show, and, it's nice to make a few dollars. And also, you know what? You're going to look so badass. I mean, imagine the conversation starter this thing is. It's pretty darn cool. You're going to look good. You're going to feel good about yourself. And you're going to meet other people who are Bitcoin truth seekers. And also a lot of Doge fans. Anyway, with that said, BitcoinDailyView.com. Thank you for being here. You are part of the peaceful revolution. It makes a difference. It matters. This is a powerful force for good. You are the peaceful revolution. And for every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, and you know what? Every cool badass Make Teslas Not Tweet shirt you own, you make a piece of shit banker cry. And that's manna from heaven. Those tears are like bathing humanity and like positive vibes and beautiful things. And it's a darn good thing.